This time, Dr. Michelle Oakley kicks it into high gear.
Nice shot.
As she squares off with a big pig.
No.
To curb its appetite for destruction.
My husband's wrestling a boar.
And a herd of caribou face a 1,600-mile journey home. But when one passenger suffers a rare reaction,
She's kind of dragging her head and pawing like frantically.
the team scrambles to stage a roadside rescue.
Oh yeah, you're looking rough.
After a brutal winter, Haines, Alaska is coming back to life. The coastal town brims with creatures out to meet their mates and grab some grub. But for the area's canine residents, springtime is high time for a killer disease. An outbreak of parvovirus is starting to spread among the local pet population.
Hi, Salty. You check out that, and I'm gonna see how quick I can pinch you. In the spring, in these parts of Alaska and the Yukon, parvo outbreaks happen every year, and we've got one just amping up right now. What the heck? That was fast, hey? Next.
At the American Bald Eagle Foundation, Dr. Michelle Oakley holds a vaccination clinic to keep the virus from spreading.
Ringus, come here. All the dogs are getting out and visiting with each other, and so parvo just takes off.
Parvo is passed through a dog's stool. It causes fever, dehydration, and internal hemorrhaging.
Parvo can kill them, you know, kind of overnight. So we're like, okay, we better get everybody vaccinated as fast as we can. Pinch, there, oh, done. Girl. What's the dog's name? Mutt? No. That's what it says.
The breed is Mutt.
Oh.
I think his name's Salty.
Okay, she stayed?
No, she's not.
Okay.
Today, Michelle's daughter Sierra and vet tech Tracy are on board to help control the chaos.
Oh, drama.
It's starting to get a little crazy in here.
Oh, puppy breath. These vaccine clinics are so important because I'm not here all the time, so they can get that done and they don't have to go, 10-hour drive or a ferry to get care for their pets.
Way to go.
When you do come, people are just so thankful. Thank you for coming here. We were so concerned. They're all done. You probably didn't even notice.
Well,
They didn't even, yeah. So it worked out great today. I think my finger went right into his back door on that one. Just remind me to wash my hands.
Oh, look, there's deer right there.
With one crisis under control, Michelle and her daughter Willow head into a winter wonderland to tackle another.
Are we almost there?
Yeah. We just passed a sign for Moose Mountain.
In faraway Saskatchewan, cold weather's still hanging on.
We're in Moose Mountain, and we're up here to catch wild boar. The concern with wild boar is that they are actually fairly destructive. They're an invasive species. They'll eat young deer, tons of frogs, and there's a lot of concern for some ground nesting birds. They're quite large, they're quite nasty, so they need to do something about it.
Today, Michelle is meeting Dr. Ryan Brook of the University of Saskatchewan to help stop the rampaging boars.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Dr. Brook leads a research project to collar and track the nuisance animals.
Our biggest challenge with wild pigs is this really high reproductive rate. These animals are having 1, 2, almost 3 litters per year. They can spread disease to humans, pets, wildlife, livestock. So the question is, well, what do we do?
Hi, Dad.
Today's fieldwork also entails a family reunion.
Oh, it's getting big. Look at that.
Willow's dad has joined the pig patrol.
Miss me?
Yeah.
Shane and I both travel for work. In the summer, he's a firefighter. In the winter, he does wildlife captures. And so he's out on the wild boar work. He's the net gunner doing the actual captures and collaring.
I'd like to put that on you. Know where you are at all times.
While Shane and Willow catch up, Michelle gets the lay of the land.
So this is the park area, this forested. So this is actually all the movement data from the GPS collars. But as you can see, there's really significant movement.
One of the most valuable animals in the study is a 275-pound boar named M1.
We've had a GPS collar on M01 for 2 years now.
Yep.
And M01 is outside of the Moose Mountain and getting into farmland.
M1 is so important because he is a major traveler. He's traveling to various groups of females, and he's basically leading the researchers right to where the other wild boar are living.
Knowing where the herds are hiding is key in helping determine how many animals there are and how to control them.
He's our go-to guy, but there's concerns about M01 fertilizing other females.
This M1 is an adult male. He's probably sired hundreds of piglets, if not more. So we want to study and try and understand these wild boar, but we don't want him out siring more offspring.
Okay, well, it sounds like we need to get to work.
Yes, let's do that,
Okay.
absolutely.
To stop M1's reproductive reign, Michelle and Shane will launch an aerial assault
Hello.
to track down and sterilize the big breeder. But there's a catch.
We've got to approach this operation a little differently than we normally would. We wouldn't want to just castrate him because we want him to have his hormones. We want him to have a drive to find sows and other wild boar.
Just make sure that the tusks are hooked over the top.
Okay. So our plan is to give him a vasectomy today. Snip, snip. The testicles will stay in place, and we'll just remove the ability to make more piglets.
With her gunner in the back seat, Michelle's also got an ace at the helm. Pilot Mike Ree.
Mike can move animals. He can put them anywhere you want them.
I'll drop down in those creeks and just have a close look at that bank.
But to catch M1, first, they've got to find him.
Will they hold still and just hide?
They burrow in.
They can get into some difficult terrain here. They can get back into the bush. It can be hard to find them. They're really sneaky.
A GPS tracking team is already in the sky, homing in on the signal emitted by M1's collar and reporting back to Michelle and the crew.
Hey, I'm starting to pick up a faint signal here. It's getting stronger here on the right.
Yeah, right where we are here now. How's that for?
M1 is holed up somewhere below the chopper.
We got the coordinates and we're flying into the spot, and we still can't see the wild boar.
The pain is coming right down by that creek.
And it's lots of snow, a couple big open lakes, little patches of trees. You'd think we'd be able to see him.
Oh, here he is, right here. Right below us, I can see the collar too.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Let me know when you're ready, Shane. Yeah.
With a sight on the target, it's up to Shane to bring him down with the net gun.
Basically now we're just trying to move him out onto the ice into a nice open area so Shane can shoot the net at him.
But part of a wild boar's secret to success is its ability to evade humans.
He knows the game.
So when he stays in the trees, we can't get down low enough to get a shot. So we've really got to get him out onto the ice.
To bag the boar, Mike must maneuver the chopper within 30 feet of the ground without crashing into the trees.
Yep.
Has he stopped?
He stopped, yeah. There we go.
Alrighty.
Nice shot.
The 275-pound boar may be caught,
Let's go.
but he's strong, scared, and ready to fight.
All right, go.
To secure the angry pig, Michelle needs to hook the snare around M1's snout.
He's bleeding a bit from where he's biting down on the snare. This is normal. He's not hurt at all. But we can't hold him like this for long. We've really got to get him down.
A dose of anesthetic should knock him out within a few minutes.
So I'm just going to inject it.
Watch where you put that.
I can see Shane's a little nervous as I'm coming at the back end there because, you know, his bum is right by the boar's bum.
You got it in the right ass.
Now it's a waiting game for the drugs to hit the boar's central nervous system.
Just hold him to the ground.
If you let him up too soon, he'll drag us across the field. Or worse, come back at us. This guy is really big and so much stronger than he looks for his size, too. It's really important to control their head because they have 4 or 5 inch tusks. They're sticking out of their mouth. They're razor sharp.
He's still moving his tail. No.
Wild boar are destroying the countryside. To help curb their population, Michelle needs to give this prolific breeder a vasectomy. But his anesthetic isn't kicking in.
Giving him caffeine or something. That's not getting home at all.
They're super aggressive. When they feel caught, they will come right at you. And, you know, there's been some near misses already.
They need to get the boar down. But his adrenaline's pumping on overdrive. There's no choice but to give him more drugs.
Okay. Yep. My husband's wrestling a boar. I'm doing some vet work. Can't beat it.
The extra dose does the trick.
He's not fighting anymore at all, is he? He's deep sleep.
With M1 down and out, Michelle can finally start his vasectomy.
Okie dokie. About to start here.
Their anatomy is just a little bit different from domestic pigs.
Skin is so tough, it's like dull as my scalpel in one cut.
Wild boar are hairy beasts, so, you know, there isn't a ton of hair on the scrotum itself.
A little different way to work on them, hey?
But what's surprising to me is how thick the hide is on these guys.
That leathery skin helps wild boar survive the harsh northern elements and each other during territorial combat.
When they're fighting, they really want really thick skin over important parts of their body, like the testicles.
There we go, okay.
With M1's tough testicles finally open, Michelle feels inside.
Now it's kind of a fishing expedition to find it. I'm getting a little bit of the vas deferens, which takes the semen from the testicle out.
Michelle removes a ½ centimeter of the vas deferens, then ties it off.
Okay, one down and one to go.
This animal will still have all his hormones. He's gonna go back out in the wild. He's gonna find lots of other groups of pigs, and he's gonna save this team hundreds of hours in terms of looking for wild boar.
He's still all boy. And these are absorbable sutures, so he won't have to come back and see me next week to get him out.
One final injection will reverse the anesthesia and wake the sleeping giant.
Usually it takes, 4 to 10 minutes for them to get up after the reversal, but sometimes it can be a little bit faster.
Okay.
With darkness falling, there's no time to wait for the boar to come to.
Usually we wait until the animals head up at least, but we're out of daylight, and for safety's sake, we've got to get out of here.
But the GPS team is still in the sky, keeping tabs on M1. When they hear the telltale signal from his collar, they'll know he's back up and at 'em.
Got him. Now the cattails are bedded down right there. Wouldn't surprise me if he's gone in there.
Somewhere in the bush below, M1 is on the move again.
He's okay. He's got himself back up to body temperature, and there will be no more babies.
Michelle will be back to Saskatchewan to knock other super breeders out of commission.
Willow and Shane are going to take a little daddy-daughter time, and we will all meet up back at home.
But for this traveling vet, home will have to wait. She's on her way to help a friend who's hauling some unusual cargo.
Mike Miller and his wife Kelly called because they're moving some caribou from British Columbia to the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, where they're from. They've asked me to come along, and I think it's actually a really good idea to have a veterinarian along.
Hey, guys.
Michelle.
How's it going?
Good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Standing between the caribou and their new home are nearly 1,500 miles of open road.
Yeah, the older ones are in the front.
Okay.
The bigger
And then all the
ones.
calves are in the back.
Okay.
These caribou are being donated by the British Columbia government. They did dietary studies, taking them out and letting them loose and see what they eat.
Yeah, these guys look good.
They had some extra ones that they wanted us to adopt, and that's what started this whole process.
How's it going so far?
We're half a day into it. We got like a day left, and we're just getting nervous.
It's a big deal to take caribou anywhere, but for that long of a trip, if there are any issues that happen at all, you know, it's very difficult to deal with them.
It's a long trip, you know?
It is a long trip.
It's longer than they've ever gone.
The drive's pretty intimidating when you think about it, you know, all the way across the country with wild animals. Boy, if we ever have any trouble, we wouldn't know where to begin, and that's why we need Michelle.
You got enough snacks? I'm only going if there's good snacks.
Okay, everybody's looking good.
The trailer is equipped with 4 cameras, so the team can keep an eye on their precious cargo.
Okay, you get some sleep.
I'm gonna try.
All right.
But in case of emergency, they'll have limited options. International regulations require that the animals remain inside the trailer until they get to the Alaskan border.
There's a special seal that the Canadian Food Inspection Agency puts on all the doors of the trailer, and they just want to ensure that you don't let the animals accidentally get loose till the time you get to the border. So there's no getting into the trailer. If something goes wrong, even if one was bleeding, I don't think you could break that seal.
If the seal shows signs of tampering at the border crossing, the caribou will be sent back.
Getting a little busier in there.
I hope they're enjoying the trip as much as we are. They need to just relax.
Yeah.
It'll be over before they know it.
Before the trip began, the caribou were given a tranquilizer to help them endure the ride.
This particular tranquilizer, it really just takes the stress and anxiety away from, you know, their psyche, so they can just kind of relax and chill out and get through the trip. I'm wired. If you need me to drive, I'm ready.
I'm putting my time now when it's daylight.
So you might think a long trip like this would be boring, but we're kind of mixing up who's driving, and there's no shortage of things to see.
Caribou!
Oh, yeah?
Hey, they're looking at us as if they know we have their cousins in the car.
Having some snacks, lots of snacks. It's just such an amazing trip.
Moose.
We're not too far into the trip, and I'm watching the monitor, and as I'm looking at it, I see something that is not right. This one's looking a little funny, Mike.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, she's backing up. So she just keeps backing up and digging.
Backing up and digging may be signs that the long-term tranquilizer isn't sitting right.
There can be side effects with these tranquilizers. They protect most of the animals, but they're all individuals. And there are some then that will react in a strange way. And see how she's just constantly digging? Oh, yeah. And her head's down, and she's kind of like...
Oh, my gosh.
She's frantically pawing, and then she's dragging her face, and not just a little bit of a scrape. I mean, she's like dragging her face as hard as she can on the ground. And if she continues to do that, she could cause abrasions and injuries to her teeth or her skin.
Well, it looks like she's...
Yeah, it's like she's progressing then, you know?
Yeah.
No, we need to find somewhere to pull over.
Without immediate intervention, the caribou's repetitive behavior could cause her heart rate and body temperature to spike and lead to sudden death.
I definitely need to intervene. But because we have the sealed trailer for crossing the border, I can't get in there and get my hands on this animal like I would normally.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's got to stop. She's going to hurt herself. I need to do something. That's awful.
"11 caribou are on a 37-hour journey to an animal sanctuary in southern Alaska. Each was given a tranquilizer to help it endure the trip. But one of them is having a dangerous reaction to the drug.
Yeah, that's not good.
She's pawing in kind of a manic way, and now she's starting to drag her nose. She's
really tensing up, and that will actually start to cause her to overheat.
Left untreated, the caribou's heart and respiratory rates could climb out of control, leading to sudden death. To stop her spiral, the caribou must receive an injection of midazolam, a Valium-like sedative.
Okay, we're coming.
But there's no easy way to administer the drug.
Canada seals the trailer and they're not allowed to break the seal.
The team is prohibited from opening the trailer doors.
So we just have to try and get it through the hole here.
Is that the animal?
Michelle's really tall, methodically.
Oh yeah, you're looking rough.
With only a couple of inches to maneuver, Michelle must inject the needle squarely into the caribou's flank.
So I'm doing the best I can with this tiny little slot in the side of the trailer, but it's really tricky to try and maneuver the stick pole in there and, you know, actually inject in the right spot in the animal and not injure any of the other caribou that are milling around the area. Move your head. Move your head. No, did not inject. Dang it.
You want another syringe?
No, it's all still in there, but I want another needle. The first needle just bent a bit because she started to run.
Every second the caribou goes without the injection, her self-inflicted blows get worse.
Like she's dragging her face really hard. Yeah.
All right.
That one.
The full dose is finally in.
She should start to slow down. God, she's still going. You can see her.
But it doesn't seem to be working.
Boy, he doesn't look that much better so far.
So why don't we drive for a bit to try and cool her down? I'm hoping in the next few minutes we see a change in her behavior. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to get in there and get my hands on her. Okay, it's been 14 minutes. If I have to break the seal and go in there, that's it. Shipment's over. They can't go into the United States. The pawing has stopped. Oh, she looks way better. Okay, oh, thank God. I thought this was gonna be a boring drive where I slept the whole way.
Yeah.
The drug should have a calming effect for 4 to 6 hours. But for Michelle, there's no relaxing on the job.
You know, I don't want to take my eyes off of that. Yeah. You know, kind of the air of road trip, snacks and fun is gone until we cross the border.
By the evening, all passengers are hanging on. But it's touch and go.
Yeah, that one is jumping.
It's a powder keg in there. I mean, these caribou are not used to being confined. They're all kind of starting to look a little crazy. They want to get out.
Michelle uses a pit stop to try to soothe the herd.
Caribou candy.
Since they're not yet in Alaska, international regulations prohibit her from opening the trailer doors. So she delivers dinner drive-in style.
But I put a little bit of this in there too, and immediately, so. Something to do, they got the munchies. The road trip munchies, just like we do. There you go. Bon appetit.
The willows satiate the caribou through the night. And all morning long, until they reach their new home state.
Can't do these all-nighters anymore, as much as I like to party with you, Kelly. I know, right? We're all exhausted, but the good news is we're in the home stretch.
After 37 hours and 1,600 miles, the caribou finally arrive at the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, where they'll roam free in a 15-acre enclosure.
Here's the turnoff. I can see it.
Oh, awesome. Yay.
I mean, they've been in this little tin can for 30+ hours, so I want to watch them as they unload to make sure I don't see any signs of limping, lacerations, or injuries. Okay, you're almost done, as long as everybody looks good.
You just never know what's going to happen when you release an animal until they step out of the trailer and start exploring their new home.
Is everybody good? Here we go.
Oh, come on, everybody.
Come on. Here we go.
After traveling 37 hours cross-country, 11 caribou have made it to their new home at the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center.
Come on, everybody.
Come on.
Now, it's time for their first taste of freedom.
Come on, guys.
It's like they fell asleep and woke up in a foreign country or something. They don't know how they got there, so they're a little leery of their new surroundings.
Nice. They look amazing.
Once we let them loose, I really felt like we really accomplished something, and it just felt good to see them come out and to run around and to be free.
They look super bright. There's nobody limping. They're all excited looking around, even nibbling at grass already. Oop, here come the mamas.
Here they come.
Hi, guys.
The female that had everyone so worried is back to her old self.
That was a long trip, hey?
Their new home.
Hey, nice
Sarah, get in here.
champagne. Nice driving. Nice driving.
I'm really proud to be a part of this, of bringing in these caribou, getting them a new home. It's been a journey in all senses, and I'm glad it's gonna have a happy ending.
Hot shower. So excited.
With the new day, Michelle doesn't have the option of sleeping in. She's up with the sun in Haines, Alaska, where duty calls at the American Bald Eagle Foundation.
All right, buddy.
At her clinic, only a wall separates her clients and some of the deadliest predators on Earth.
I just had to lock the door into the eagle pen because everyone likes to leave the office and walk into the eagle pen with their little chihuahua.
Here, Michelle performs regular checkups on all the birds of prey.
Hey, how's Bentley?
But today's for the dogs.
He jumped off of our porch. It's about a 10-foot drop, probably. And he just kind of...
Hey, how's it going?
Clinic doors are
Hi,
open for
Tina.
any pooch with a
Hi.
problem.
Oh, this is a definite puppy pile. Our pets are just like little kids. Going to the doctor is not their favorite thing.
Oh,
Okay. If he whips his head up, it could break your nose. If they pick up even a sniff of the vet stink, they often start quivering right away. Lay down, sweets. Oh, she's sad. So scared. That wasn't me, I swear.
See, just the top bit of the nail there is split.
Oh, Bentley.
Sorry. The most dramatic nail trim ever. I just do my best to help them relax and make it a positive experience. Oh, that looks tender. We're gonna give her some antibiotics to help her along with this. But sometimes I just have to deal with the fallout. Oof. Oof. Poor Sasha.
Come on, Homer. Listen up.
Michelle's next patient is a 5-month-old coonhound with a mind and nose of his own.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Homer, get over it. Hey, he didn't get no breakfast today, so he's like scouring.
Coonhounds are known for possessing one of the most sensitive sniffers in the canine kingdom.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go see the doctor.
Dave Stickler has kept the breed for over 15 years. But almost as soon as he brought Homer home, he became concerned that something was wrong.
Come on. I noticed he had a little bump on his neck, and then all of a sudden it's like growing, and I'm going like, ha, I'm bringing this guy in to see the doc. Come on, Huck.
His friend Huckleberry recently died of old age. And his 17-month-old pup, also named Homer, succumbed to cancer.
Call me a worrywart, but I'm kind of concerned about my puppy. Come on, Homer.
Hi.
Come on.
How's
Hey.
it going?
Homer's got him something going on.
Uh-oh.
I had a flea collar on him.
Yeah?
And he had a rash, so I took that
okay.
flea collar off.
Oh, okay.
And a little while later, I noticed then he had a little bump.
Okay.
And now it's really getting quite a bit bigger. Call me a hypochondriac for my dog, I don't know.
It's
but
understandable. Understandably, Dave is really sensitive. He's still not over Homer number 1. He got this wonderful new puppy, and And then suddenly he finds a growth, a mass on him that's growing quickly.
Just hopefully it don't happen to him.
No. He's gonna want this dealt with quickly, and we're gonna help him. Oh, you're so wiggly.
But before Michelle tends to Homer's lump,
Well, he's got all his big boy teeth. Oh, thank you.
she'll check out his other puppy parts.
Coat is awesome. So I'm getting Homer on the table and trying to get him settled. He's just so excited and playful and wants to give kisses. He has these long, soft ears, beautiful brown eyes. He's just a sweetheart. So no other lumps or bumps anywhere,
No, I haven't
right?
noticed any during the daily pettings.
Wait, don't go yet. He's in my treat pocket.
You know, he's crazy that way.
He's got two in the pocket, as they should be. All his squishy parts feel good.
Homer passes his physical. Now it's time to inspect his suspicious mass.
Maybe we can get him to lay down.
Come on, Homer.
That's a good boy. Belly rub. The growth on Homer's neck, it could be a little cyst. It could be a small wart, but it also could be something more insidious. Good boy. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Almost looks pustully. How about I poke it, put it on the slide, we'll have a look?
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to do is actually just aspirate this mass. I want to take some cells and look at under the microscope. Give him a distracting little pet there.
Homer.
Hold still, Homer.
Take a little break, Homer.
Yeah, he can take
Homer
a
needs
break.
little break.
I really just hope we don't see any sign of, a really nasty cancer cell. There are several nasty types of tumors this could be, and Dave does not need that right now. I'm gonna have a peek at this.
It's definitely not just a little infected pustule.
No, it's definitely a tumor.
You want to play? Huh? You want to play? Homer, come on, play.
Dave Stickler recently lost a young dog to cancer. Now his new puppy has a suspicious lump on his neck. Michelle's not sure what it is, but a look under the microscope yields clues.
It's definitely not just a little infected pustule.
No. After looking at the slide, it looks pretty clear that it's not just a cyst. Okay, I'll go chat with him. Okay, so bad news is it's not just a little abscess, it is a tumor. Good news is it looks more like a type of tumor that actually might go away on its own in a few months. It sort of looks like a type of tumor that's common on young dogs called histiocytoma.
Histiocytomas are benign. If that's what he has, then Homer's home free. But diagnosing tumors through the microscope is never certain.
I'm not like 100% sure just looking at a slide. We can leave it and watch it and see if it starts to go away on its own, which they often do in young dogs, but we wouldn't know. Or we can remove it right now, and I'm totally fine with just getting it out of there, because I know
You're
the
fine
history.
with it?
Yeah.
Then so am
yeah.
I.
Yeah, okay. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's growing quickly. The best thing we can do right now is send it off to the lab and hear back what it is. Awesome.
For surgery, boy.
Don't worry,
Right
we'll
on.
contact you soon. Okay. Oh, Homer, do you hear Dad leaving? We want to get started quickly. We have to sedate Homer, do a local. You're so brave for a baby.
A cocktail of drugs will relieve Homer's anxiety and put him to sleep.
Okay, Homer, you just chillax.
We'll just put the lights out.
Yeah.
If Homer's lump turns out to be cancer, he could face a grueling fight for his young life.
It's hard to cut on him. His skin is so floppy.
In under 2 minutes,
Okay, there's our lovely friend.
Homer's tumor-free.
This doesn't look like there's a bunch of roots going deep. We'll just close that up.
Clean tissue is promising, but only a pathologist can tell if the mass is cancerous.
Alrighty, ready for the lab.
Hi, Homer. Time to get up. Homer's waking up, so all is looking good. He's up and ready.
Okay.
So it went great, yeah. So
Good.
the anesthesia was perfect. No problems at all. So I just removed it. Now that I've reassured Dave, it's, and tried to get him not to worry, it's trying to keep my own worry down, kind of keep my worry hidden. Look who's here.
Hey, Homer. Hey, little buddy. Oh, yeah, he took a little nap.
Lab results should come back within a week.
There is nothing worse than getting news that you don't like to deliver and then having to call someone, especially after they've lost one dog.
Gotta keep our boy healthy.
With the young hound's future unclear, the only thing left to do is wait.
Good news or bad, as soon as I find out, I have to let Dave know, either way.
Come on, Homer. Good boy.
Michelle gets her mind off Homer's pending test results with a trip to the country. She's headed to Honey Hill Farm, where a flock of Shetland sheep is expecting a new batch of babies.
So I'm here today to visit Mike and Penny and their sheep farm. They had 40 or 50 head and about 11 pregnant females that are getting ready to lamb.
Hailing from the Scottish Highlands, Shetland sheep are prized for their hardy constitutions and luxurious fleece.
We've got a little bit of enterprise involved with processing and selling wool. We've bonded very nicely with the sheep.
Now, one of their mamas-to-be is showing signs that she may be unwell.
Hello. Hi. So you have some sheep for us to look at, I heard?
Last year, a young ewe named Kalina had a grueling labor while trying to give birth to twins.
They were both in the vaginal canal at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So it was...
That doesn't work. It's a one-at-a-time kind of a situation there.
Yeah.
Both her lambs died during delivery.
We don't want to stress her too much for sure.
It's okay, Mom.
Now Kalina is expecting again, and her physical condition doesn't bode well.
This year she's fat.
Oh yeah, she's
Right
big.
here.
Yeah.
She is big. I'm concerned about her.
She's looking huge, much bigger than the other ones.
Okay. Okay, girl. Okay, all right.
When they get really fat, it sets them up for some problems with their metabolism. You know she's at risk for the pregnancy toxemia, like when she's this big.
Yeah.
Pregnancy toxemia is a disorder caused when the ewe doesn't get enough to eat.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Oh my gosh, how much does she weigh?
Overweight ewes are most at risk because there's little room for the stomach to expand and take in nourishment.
You know, it's a big cascade of things going wrong. The mom's not getting the glucose she needs, and she needs glucose to run her brain. Let's get the glucometer ready. It'll kill the lambs, it'll kill her, and it can be fatal like that. So I think we should take a quick blood sample. We can check her glucose level and see where she's at.
Okay.
If Kalina's blood sugar has fallen too low, Michelle may have to perform an emergency C-section to deliver her lambs.
It's all right, girl. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
But to get the blood sample they need, Kalina must be restrained, and her nervous energy is spreading.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, slow it down.
I can't let go of her head.
It's okay.
Oh. Here I go.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. Okay, I got her.
Kalina's really worked up. Sheep are trampling over everyone.
Oh, you poor big girl. Oh, my lordy.
It's getting a little too chaotic here in this small space, so we need to slow it down. Just focus on Kalina and try and get the sample quickly.
All right, sweetie. It's okay. Easy. It's okay.
Michelle only needs 1 drop of blood for the glucose test.
Oh, that's all right.
Any second, the centers will know if the young mother and her unborn lambs are going toxic.
It's okay. Okay.
A pregnant ewe is shockingly overweight, putting her at risk for a deadly condition.
Good job, sweetheart. I'm so sorry.
A blood test will tell if she suffers from pregnancy toxemia.
Oh, that's all right.
It's okay. Awesome. 84. Oh, good. Okay. So she's okay. Awesome.
So the test indicates that pregnancy toxemia is not an issue with Kalina. Her glucose is normal, actually, so that all seems great.
You want to hold that leg? Are you able to do that? Okay.
Yeah.
All that's left is a physical exam to make sure this year her baby survived delivery.
Poor Lovey.
I want to get in there. I want to feel if there's a lamb starting to come out, just kind of see at what stage in labor, if any, she's at.
That looks pretty swollen.
It does.
Around there. So I'm just making sure that there's not a lamb that's stuck, that there's not, again, two faces coming at once, that everything feels normal. Hold on, my love. I know I'm not going in any further.
It's okay, baby.
Have you noticed her pushing at all or anything?
No.
Okay.
No, just because
There's
she's
feet
so
right
big.
there. The cervix is pretty much open and the feet are there, or they're coming. As I'm in there palpating and feeling, I can feel movements of the fetuses in there. So that's good news. They're heading in the right direction and everybody feels happy and healthy. And she's starting to dilate. So I think she's just starting is what's going on.
Okay.
I gave a little stretch as well, and that just is going to stimulate her to have the lambs. And really that's what she needs.
As long as Kalina remains pregnant, she runs the risk of developing toxemia.
Okay, it's all right, it's all right.
She needs to get the lambs out or there's going to be trouble. If she doesn't lamb in the next couple of days, then we should, induce her and get her moving.
Okay.
So keep me updated.
I'll
have my phone going. I'll be ready for the text that they're on their way out.
Well, we'll definitely let you know.
Okay.
As a new day shines on Haines, Alaska, Michelle is back at the American Bald Eagle Foundation, where important news has just come in.
Hey, little buddy. Hey, boy.
Yes. Slides are right door.
A few days ago, Michelle removed a suspicious tumor from Homer, a 5-month-old coonhound puppy. Now, she's about to tell his owner whether the mass is cancerous or benign.
Hello, my phone says it's Dr. Oakley.
Your phone is right. My phone says it's Mr. Stickler.
News on Homer?
Yeah, I do. So I just want to talk to you about it. And so it is a benign tumor. It's that histiocytoma, the one I told you about that young dogs tend to get. It's the best news we were hoping for.
Well, good. I'm glad of that. But I've not had that good of luck here lately.
Yeah.
It feels great to have good news to give Dave today. I mean, it was not that long ago that I had to give him the worst news. So I'm just so relieved and I'm just excited to make his day, and we're both smiling this time.
Just watch that spot, make sure it continues to heal up nicely, but there shouldn't be any other issues or any other reasons to bring him in.
Okay, right on. Thank you so much, Michelle, for getting back to me.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Yay. Love giving good news.
It's been an exhausting time for Michelle, traveling cross-country and back again. But now, she's finally made it back to home sweet Yukon. Now she can do something she rarely gets to do.
Ooh.
Relax with her family.
Smoothies?
Yeah, go for it.
You want this one?
What's going on? You guys don't want them?
It's crazy weeks like this that make me really appreciate just being home.
Yeah, I don't think we... Maybe that needs a bit more blending.
I love kind of doing nothing, just hanging out with Shane and the kids.
Oh my gosh, you guys, check this out. This is that sheep I was telling you about, Kalina, that was like huge and having some issues with her babies. Look at, I think she just had them.
Oh my gosh.
Yay!
After a difficult pregnancy, Kalina had her lambs on Mother's Day.
We were more worried that the babies were gonna be stuck. We were watching her really closely, but she did it all by herself. Yay!
Normal birth weight for a lamb is between 4 and 7 pounds. But Kalina's twins clocked in at 7 and 8 pounds apiece. The Centas named them Kali and Kai.
So Kalina looks great. She gave birth, had no trouble there. She has 2 healthy lambs, and that's really good. As long as the lambs are nursing quite well and she keeps eating good, she's gonna be fine.
That one kind of looks like me.
Want that one. Can we adopt one?
No one's adopting anything.
It gives me a good feeling to wrap up such a good week when everyone's doing well. And now my worry is gone, so I can just rest up until the next call.
Why don't we go out for breakfast? How about that? Okay.